Hi YouTube world, it's Adrienne again. I just thought it would make sense to at least squeeze in a get ready with me during this like single shadow challenge that I've undertaken. So I'm just like freshly washed face and my hair is a mess and I am kind of getting ready for the day a little late. And I just thought I would go through all the products and yeah, just show you kind of like my get ready with me and maybe chat a little bit, and then you can, well, I guess you can probably fast forward to just see what eyeshadow I tackled today, but I thought I would just quickly do my makeup as quickly as possible. And I just really needed this time today because I don't know, this week, at least for me and my job, it's been quite hectic. So I just applied the Kiehl's Ultra Facial. These are all the same products that I mentioned in my first video. The next item is just the Pretty Fresh foundation. I've been doing like a pump, about a pump into my palm, along with a pump of the primerizer, and I think it's working really nicely. I like how it sits on my skin. It's not too heavy. I mean, I don't know that I really thought about what doing a 30-day challenge would be like, but unfortunately or fortunately, I quickly realized that I don't think I've put on makeup on my face for 30 days straight. And so in thinking about what that would be like to literally have some makeup on the face for 30 days, I just didn't want my skin to suffer too much, and that's why I've thought about thinning out products that I'm using, because I want to be able to, or for my skin to survive this experiment. So now I'm just going in with some concealer. You could see I don't think I go crazy with concealer, but this has pretty nice coverage, but I tend to get melasma like around here and on the tops of my cheeks, so that's where I concentrate my efforts. So anywho, hope everyone is doing well wherever you are. I just feel like it's been the craziest October already, and we're just a few days in, which is so nuts, which is so nuts. But I hope everyone's hanging in there. I hope we're turning a corner in behaviors and, taking care of each other. It's so important. Isn't it interesting? I was thinking about this the other day, how it's interesting how easy it is to take care of people virtually. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I watch YouTube videos, and I watch certain people, obviously, regularly, I just feel like really invested in their life. And when I go into the comments, I see other people's comments, and people are like pouring their hearts out, and it's really just moving, and it's just like an amazing community. And I feel like there's just like that happens online like really easily, but it doesn't happen as much in person. We're not as generous with that kind of like outpouring of love and hurt and sentiment. Butter bronzer, physician formula. Does anyone else have that experience? I just feel like, shouldn't it be reversed? Shouldn't we have like the outpouring of love and generosity to like our inner kind of circle of people, and checking in with them instead of checking in with strangers? I don't know. Is it that it's harder to be ourselves with our loved ones and family because it's just like, it's too heavy, it's tethered to too much history? Or these are the things I think about during lockdown. I think about this all the time. I also think about how I remember when Oprah, who I didn't watch her show religiously when she was on air every day, but when her last episode, I remember recording, and it was sort of like a TED Talk, almost like it was like a very TED Talky type of format where or what did she call it? Like a master class. She called it like a master class, where she wanted to impart wisdom, and she was wearing like a beautiful pink suit. And I remember recording this and like saving it for myself one day when I felt like I could digest like an hour long of Oprah, like of Oprah giving us her secret sauce, her remedy for success and happiness, and you know, all the things she's learned and all the people she's learned it from, and all that good stuff. And so I just remember saving that episode. I had recorded it and saying, okay, I need to be in the right frame of mind when this comes up. Like when I need to be in the right frame of mind to absorb all these like words of wisdom, these aha moments, right? As she loves to say. And so I remember finally, you know, saying, I think maybe we were even changing or quitting our cable, and I said, oh no, I need to watch this recorded show. Like, it's time. It is time to watch this recorded show. And I sat down, I watched it, and I swear, I took so many notes about like her perspective and kind of like these words of wisdom and everything. And I remember one in particular, and this is sort of like I keep going back to this. I saw this years and years ago, and I keep going back to this, especially as I mentioned, when we think about helping others and, you know, outpouring of our feelings and support for strangers versus our immediate circle. And I remember her saying one of the things that she's always asked is, you know, when she meets people, when she does these like road shows and these big events, you know, what is like the number one question she's asked? And she's asked all the time, Oprah, I'm paraphrasing this. I'm paraphrasing this, of course, but something to the extent of, Oprah, I know that I am meant for greater. I know I can do a lot of good. What can I do? You know, how can I achieve greater, or how can I have a greater impact than what I'm having right now? What can I do? What can I do, Oprah? And you know, like everyone feels like their life is too small, they're not doing enough. And she said something which might be a given to a lot of people, but I just remember it was so articulate. And she said that really there's a lot of big personalities and very, very wealthy people that are philanthropists, that are doing the good work. Let them deal with, you know, those bigger programs, those like changing the world kind of on like a larger scale, because their circle, what do you call it? Like the circle of influence. Their circle of influence is a lot greater than what's available to you. But it doesn't make it more impactful. And she just said it's very important to ensure that you are influencing your circle. And I just thought, and she elaborated like, and so your circle could be your immediate family, a handful of friends, maybe if you go to church or your book club or whatever it might be, that's your circle. That's your circle. So invest in your circle, invest in that, in that group, and really, really make sure that you're taking care of each other, and that you're applying all that goodness and perspective and whatever it might be to one another. And I just think I go back to that all the time. I go back to that idea with Oprah, and kind of just hearing her out in this regard, because I think that that's true. I think I just, I think I have to think so big, when it really, I don't have to think that big. I think about my life and the people that have impacted it the most, and really had influence. And then when I think about like their behaviors and who they've impacted, it's pretty incredible, like what can be done if you just even stay small. We don't all have to be Oprah or Steve Jobs, or I don't know if Steve Jobs, but we don't have to have the power and money of Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett. We can just do good where we are. And if we do, it goes back to that idea of like, there could be a bit of a butterfly effect where maybe you won't see all the changes, or like where your influence landed, or you might not see the outcome of it all, but just know that there's like this ripple effect that happens. And I feel like that's true, right? Like that's true. And it's also so much more manageable if you kind of give yourself the permission to say, okay, I'm not going to worry about the problems Oprah's worrying about. I'm going to worry about the problems I need to worry about. And I'm going to do my best. And I'm going to try to be really present and kind and say, okay, let's work through that together, Let me not be just charitable to a stranger. Let me be charitable to you, my friend. I mean, even something like why it's so easy to like, I don't know, I find it really easy. I'm going around in New York, and I'm stopping at a coffee shop, and there's a panhandler right outside the door, and I don't even listen to his story. I just offer to buy him a cup of coffee. And I wonder, like, well, when was the last time I bought my neighbor a cup of coffee? Or, why is it easier to take care of those that I'm never going to have to see again? Or, I don't know. Sort of like, this is my deep thinking for the day. And this is something, by the way, this deep thinking would occur even if I were by myself. I mean, meaning I would probably talk to myself and work this out. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just food for thought. There's just so much going on out in the world, and I think why not really see where we can be effective? And I have to sharpen my pencil. I have the greatest little sharpener from Glossier. It's like Glossier Play. It's eyeliner sharpener, but I just love that, just as I said that, it's not even sharpening properly. Oh my heavens. No, it's sharpening, but my hands are slippery. But it's great. It's kind of like an old-fashioned, it comes free when you buy an eyeliner from them, but it's like an old-fashioned eraser. I'm just applying some eyeliner to my waterline. today I used two shadows in conjunction with my Colourpop Going Coconuts. That's what you saw me work through. I used the Sydney Grace shadow in Coral Reef, which is really, really pretty. I'll give you a swatch. You see, I actually, and it has a lot of shimmer. Though for some reason in the swatch you can't really tell, but it's a subtle shimmer. It's not very glittery. I'm not into glittery shadows. The second shade I used is from Colourpop, and it's called, I think it's called triple O, so, or 000. And I just thought this was a nice coordinating matte color, so I used that to blend out. So that's that. And then in my waterline, I used the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in Lucky, which has like a little copper fleck. I think it's really pretty, brings a lot out in the eye, but doesn't detract too much. So that's today's eye look. And I'll just quickly apply mascara, which I'm terrible at. But this mascara has been really good. I've enjoyed it. It's not crispy. It's if I have to wear a mascara like every single day, this one's pretty good. This one's just a good one. The Lights Camera Lashes. It's natural bristle brush. It's good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff for me. As long as I don't poke my eye out. Well, not every look is going to be perfection. We're just really following through on the 30-day commitment. Along with this 30 days, it forces me to make my bed every day, which I read is a really good thing to do. So that's the look today. Very orangey, pretty. I like it. Like an orangey frosty look. So we'll see how this is going. I'm very excited about this. I'm just already starting to look at my collection in a different way, and it's really, really exciting. I think the thing also I'm probably going to end up doing, just because of this experiment, is working on, decluttering any shadows that don't perform as well as I thought they would. So, but so far so good. I just really love a lot of the vibrancy of these colors, and it again kind of keeps me on target, and it doesn't make me want to spend money on like a single palette that has like 30 shades of the same color, because really for an orangey palette, like a deep orangey palette, these two shadows are perfectly fine. Like I don't need 5 shadows to create a look, or 10 shadows to create a look that 2 shadows can create. So yeah, so this is the look for today. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope that you enjoyed, I guess, a little bit of the get ready with me chatty aspect. I won't do this every day, but maybe I'll do it once a week or something, especially if something's on our mind. So anyhow, hope all is well, and take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.